everybody, here we are at Anime Boston. This is my first time here at Anime Boston, and I'm certainly, this is not your first time at AB at all. How many years have you all been? Well, first of all, introduce you guys, yourself.
I'm Sara.
I'm Jamie Graham.
Abby Phillips.
And our team is called Human Sushi Cosplay.
Human Sushi Cosplay. Okay, I gotta ask you about the name. Why human? Did you come up with it?
No, I did. It was one of those things where it's like, we were all just working, I think we were working on
we were in a car.
Were we? Yeah, we were in your living room.
We were eating sushi.
Oh, okay.
You don't like sushi.
No. And I was just like, I wonder if there's ever been human sushi. And they're like, we need a cosplay name for our team.
That's really macabre.
It's weird. I don't know. Sushi-induced insanity, I guess.
Okay, I heard weirder names, so it's not that unusual. So you guys have been at AB before, obviously, for a few years. I mean,
This is year 5, I think, for us, right?
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
5 or 6. They're all about 5 or 6.
All
Do
together,
y'all
yeah.
start going to cons at the same time?
Yes.
Yes, 2004.
Oh wow. 2004. Wow. Okay.
Cosplay.
We're 2012 now. So how the group itself? When did you decide to form the group?
2004.
Oh.
Best friends since forever, like
Oh.
since grade school. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
For us, it was sort of a logical step. We each sort of have different strengths as far as putting together an ensemble of costumes. So it just worked. Like it was just like a perfect gel of talent. Which was awesome.
I guess I should ask what your strengths are.
We usually do a lot of the big work, and if there's like gems or any like molding and casting.
Prop making.
Prop making, yeah.
You also mix our skits.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
mix
skit
the
maker?
Skit too,
We are known
yeah.
for skits.
You need skits.
Yeah.
And you?
Stitching, detail work, fabric selection, things like that. That's kind of my strong suit. I do a little bit, especially after this one, of like pattern altering and like drafting, but certainly not much. That's all this one.
And it's
So
you?
I draft and alter patterns. I make all of my costume, and I usually make her costume as well. I can't sew. So she does my wigs and my props, and I sew her costume.
So y'all just kind of, take each other's strengths and so forth.
Absolutely.
Okay, and when did you guys start doing, I'm assuming you guys been doing Masquerade for a while?
Since 2004.
2004, okay.
Funny story that.
Funny story?
We're all theater kids in high school, so it just
college.
So the first convention we went to, we were like, oh, there's this masquerade thing. Let's enter.
I think our first skit we made up on the stairs going up to the stage.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and we won, and that's the sad thing. Is like we won like second place or
So
something. And we're like, really? Those were back in the days when we were like taping costumes to ourselves and like stapling pieces together. We were really bad. We got started. It was bad news.
We didn't know how to sew.
No.
Really? So you've been now, over the past 6-7 years, you've gotten better and better and so forth.
Absolutely.
So what have you learned through cosplay through the last few years?
Oh, learn from the cosplay. Man, just like how to take something that's 2D, make it into 3D is really hard. There's a couple of hairstyles that are drawn for a reason. It's tricky.
Yeah, for me, I mean, starting to actually piece together something like this. Like if you had asked me 10 years ago, is this something you see yourself doing? I probably would have said no. So it's definitely helped as far as like talent and as far as sewing and conceptual work, but it's also taught me a lot of patience because I can't tell you the number of times that things have gone wrong like this. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to roll with it and kind of make it work. So
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I've learned is probably just different ways to use different materials. So like my collar is all craft foam, and it wouldn't necessarily look like that, but it works.
It works out. Okay, so as a group, do you folks go to different masquerades, different conventions, so forth? Do you judge at conventions?
We've done a little bit of judging, so at local shows like Granite Con in New Hampshire, we've done a little bit of masquerade judging. It's exciting because as that show grows, so does the masquerade and the costume contest, so it's been a really good opportunity for us. As far as masquerades, we've done masquerades here at PortCon, ConnectiCon, OhioCon, pour one out, I missed that show.
How come you guys aren't going to OhioCon?
Well, this one went to school in Columbus,
Yeah.
so it was easy.
Yeah, we stayed with her when we went down there.
Oh, yeah.
But now she's up here, so we don't really have the money for flights and hotels.
I would go back in a minute though, like if that was an opportunity for us, I would go back to OhioCon. I love that show.
I would go back. I was there
So much
a few
fun.
months ago.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's gotten bigger. It's like I went there. I was like, what? This is in the middle of the Midwest. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a great convention center. It's a great staff. Like our favorite masquerade coordinator of all time ever came from OhioCon, and we love her. So it's sad not getting to see her again.
So what are you like? What is like your travel schedule for a year specifically? Like what conventions do you go to?
Go ahead.
It's well, cosplay wise for me, it's just when I travel a lot. I actually go to a lot of conventions.
Yeah, because they can't operate without you. How can it be a team effort?
Pretty much.
You know.
For us, yeah, it's definitely more the local shows, whether it's Granite Con in New Hampshire, Anime Boston here. We're going to Connecticut this year. Boston Comic Con, stuff like that. Having a full-time job at a very big company, it's challenging to take the time off for something like this. But now that we're working with Epic Cosplay, we're hoping that we can actually start going to more shows and really show off, what we can do. Because we have a list like a mile long of costumes that we've got planned. So.
Okay, let's talk about the Epic Cosplay thing. What are they doing with you? I'm not sure what the entire thing is.
So Jenna, Epic Cosplay, so we had a bad experience trying to get a wig from another company. It didn't show. In fact, they sent me the complete opposite wig I was looking for, and I was really afraid I wouldn't get something in time for Anime Boston. So I reached out to Epic Cosplay. They have amazing reviews. I've heard really good things about them. And Jenna, who I don't know if she owns the company, if she works for the company, she's this amazing resource. Basically overnight, like 48 hours, I had a wig, and it was better than I expected. I was really, really excited. She had actually heard of us. She had been on our Facebook page. She had seen some of our skits, and she said, hey, really impressed with what you girls do. Maybe we could start talking about sponsorships. And that was, definitely unexpected, but a huge, amazing opportunity for us. We're really excited.
So what do they offer you? I mean, obviously they probably offer you wigs since they do wigs, but so they're offering you wigs?
Well, this is our first partnership with them, and it's new, like a week and a half to 2 weeks old new. Like this isn't something that's been going on for a long time yet.
Okay.
But, we've been talking a little bit about potential discounts, about like Jenna actually offered to swap because these two wigs came from another wig company. She offered to swap them for us if we wanted to try out an Epic Cosplay wig. So she's been really, really good so far, and she's been really, really great about making sure that we get exactly what we want.
Right. Okay. So let's just talk about how you began the whole cosplay journey. Because first of all, did you cosplay at your first con? Yes. Okay. So you already knew what cosplay was before you even went to the first con? Through the internet? Through Flickr or something like that?
Yeah, our first convention was PortCon 2004. We went with a big group of friends. We were all just graduating from high school. And we were kind of Googling around about conventions, and we came across all these pictures of people in costume. We're like, that sounds pretty awesome. Let's do that. Second Halloween.
Second Halloween. Okay, I like that. So what was your first costumes? And do you still have them? No.
In my rag bucket.
It was Saiki.
I was Sanzo.
Yeah, I was Gojo.
It was Yone. I didn't want to be a dude.
It was our high school anime, and we're like, oh, we can make these. We need to find a Jeep so we can ride the bus. We didn't find a Jeep.
No, we didn't find a Jeep.
No, but it was fun. It was interesting.
Okay, so if you could actually talk to yourself at the very beginning, what advice would you give yourself, 7 or 8 years ago when you started? Because I'm sure you've gone down a very long road over the past few years and had many ups and downs. So.
Well, we were still using craft then, so
Yes, good for us. My advice to myself would have been buy a wig. Don't cut your hair and dye it blonde.
You actually cut your hair and dye?
I cut my hair and I dyed it blonde, but I didn't cut it short enough.
You dyed
really
my hair.
awkward.
I dyed it from I did Gojo a couple times, but I think one of them
You had a wig.
You had dreads. I had half dreads at one point.
You dyed
I
them
was a
red.
Rasta Gojo.
I taped everything to my body.
You taped it?
I had garters and chains and this weird top that didn't work. And I taped duct tape it legit straight up. No, that was at Ohio Con, that sketchy year that I had to walk over the snow.
She wore a pie plate.
I wore a pie plate one con.
What?
Armor. Yeah, we learned a lot.
Okay, so what advice do you have for people who want to cosplay?
Oh my gosh, just do it.
Just do it?
Dude, don't give up. There was one wig I was like, I can't make this, but if you just kind of plan stuff out, just draw it, have backup plans. Use screws and wigs if you need to. Might make it heavy, but it'll work.
I think the cosplay industry and market is a market industry of perfectionists, and I think that's really unreasonable to expect in the first first show, right?
Yeah.
One of my professional mentors basically told me as I in my company at work, basically said, you're going to suck at what you do for the first 6 months and just roll with it. And I can say that most everything that we've learned since we've been doing this has been in conversations backstage at Masquerade, has been with talking to judges, has been with meeting other cosplayers, reading forums, meeting people like you. We've learned more from those interactions.
Okay.
So basically, I'm sorry. talking about. So basically, a lot of people start learning about cosplay through the internet, but of course, I can see that by going out and interacting with people and being out there, you gain more information that way. You know, so you would say that one of the greater experience of actually gaining knowledge is actually going to conventions, going through the whole judging, going through all this stuff. You can't do everything at home by just looking at videos and so you kind of have to go and do it. Is that basically?
You start going through some of the judging things, that, you know, they'll give you tips. You know, sometimes they're kind of hurtful, so you remember those for the next time.
We'll talk. Okay, so well, since you guys are have a theater background, so I'm going to assume skits are kind of very important to what you folks do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so we try to usually make a skit, even if, like, because we're characters not from anything super popular, a lot of the times, like, we try to stay kind of away from, like, whatever shows blows up.
We're dirty hipster cosplayers.
But we try to make the skit, you know, kind of a general knowledge kind of thing, nothing too specific, because then it's not funny. Like, we've done comedy skits, like, I don't think we've ever done a serious.
Oh my God,
We haven't done a drama skit.
It's hard to do a drama.
We haven't done a dance skit either, because we don't dance.
Well, we did like a can
The Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's just kind of, you know, we've got a couple little references in this one, and like a couple internet-y kind of stuff.
A lot of portal references in this one.
So, yeah, I mean, with all of them, you know, whatever's kind of popular in pop culture, not specifically to the series at the time, usually goes over pretty well. Unless we think it's like really popular and it's totally not.
Okay. So what was your last What was the last con you did? Skit Masquerades.
Well, we're doing one this weekend, so we'll have one tonight, and then
The last one was Anime Boston last year, where we won first place master presentation for
First place master. Okay.
What was it? Everything or Sugar Spice
and everything Clam.
What?
Magic Knight Rare costumes based on the Powerpuff Girls.
Are you serious?
I kid you not.
Okay, I'm going to go to YouTube now. It's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. It's on our Facebook page. It's on our DeviantArt page. It's everywhere. We've had a couple of skits that we like that just wouldn't die. Like our Kuroshitsuji skit from what, 2 years ago?
Oh, I met that one.
Yeah, it's got way too many views on YouTube. Like I want to know who's reloading the page. But
Okay, I see. I gotta go take a look at this now. I gotta take a look at this.
We love that.
You know.
There's some old ones online too, like a couple of years.
Princess Tutu, yeah, back in the day.
Ohio-Con ones from years ago.
Okay.
So there's definitely, you can kind of see like the progression, like not, you know, audio mixing wise and costumes.
And it's great to see a response too. Like we have a set of fans, like people that we've seen today that are like, oh my God, we know you girls, and we're like, oh, we're famous. But then like even somebody like Greg Ayers knows our work, and like some of the professional people, like the group at Funimation. A couple of people have seen our skits online because they're satire. You know, it's we comment on what's kind of relevant to the nerd culture and in the geek culture, and I think that's ultimately what's been our biggest success. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, we talked about a positive side of cosplay, but what about the not so positive side of cosplay?
Well, okay.
Which horror story do you want first?
Like
I have one.
like this, I brought it upon myself. I get it. Like it gets a little weird sometimes. And, like this is the most
Family friendly.
Family friendly costume.
Usually I'm crossfitting. Like usually I'm the dude character, but like,
Okay.
this is probably the most low
Skinned.
costume I've done. So I don't know how people do it all the time. It's been an interesting experience. Classy gentleman.
Classy gentleman. Classy gentleman. Classy gentleman. Do you remember OhioCon? This was the year I went with Sara and you did that. I was the Merciful Goddess from Taiyuki, which is the pie plate costume. Long and short of it is a lot of skit exposed, and a guy was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, all right, cool, I'm new at this. Somebody wants to take a picture with me. Arm around, and
Are you serious?
I kid you not, in the dealer's room. Like, it was so guy got thrown out. But, like, seriously, like, some decorum, maybe? A little bit of... We've had a lot of, like, injuries. Like, last year, I rolled my ankle on a 4-inch stiletto. All the injuries. Like, my ankle swelled out like that. It was awful. Like, last year was really painful. So.
Oh, we had chemical burns too.
Chemical burns.
Yeah, my head.
Stabbing ourselves and bleeding on costumes as we sew them.
Blood on the inside.
Okay, I've heard stories like that.
wanted to do more elaborate costumes with like trains and things like that. We didn't take into consideration we're going to be walking around a convention center and people are going to be stepping on it and things are going to rip.
Yeah.
Soccer costume, remember that? I lost all my bells.
So I'm sure you folks carry emergency repair kit with you everywhere.
And Pat. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
We also bring people like Pat with us. He's our train carrier, backpack holder.
Train carrier?
Supply technician.
Also, affectionately called a handler. We love him. We love Nate Butchman from yesterday, and my boyfriend Dan has done it. He won't do it again.
One time with him, he was like, I don't want to do this again.
He's at PAX. He's far away from me this weekend.
Okay, let's talk about conventions itself. Like, what's, you know, as the problem is, as the cons get bigger, there's more and more people. What can people do to keep themselves safe and secure in a con? I mean, cons are fun, but it is still the real world.
Exactly.
Follow real world rules. I mean, common sense. Stick with your friends. Don't go off with strange people. If somebody invites you to a party in their hotel room, you probably shouldn't go alone.
Even if they are your favorite character.
Yes.
No.
Even if they're your favorite character. Don't go with your
I had a few
This is going downhill fast.
mistakes, silly mistakes. Yeah.
My big thing is honing a sense of self-awareness. If there are 20,000 people in the Heinz Convention Center, chances are they're not all here to see you. So standing in the middle of a hallway, like not moving, or flailing, like Pat got hit in the neck yesterday with a prop because the dude had no idea, like the guns were around him. It's like just that sense of self-awareness, like understanding that there are 19,999 other people here.
Right.
And it's your job to respect them the way you respect them.
They're usually more hyped up on sugar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
Eating
that.
well. That's
Yes,
a big thing.
Eating well.
You can't live off of ramen.
Yeah.
You can't.
Shower, please shower.
Drink lots of water.
Water.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't know, but like a lot of cons, I don't know if Anime Boston does it anymore, but like a lot of cons have free water stations where you can get like cups
They do.
of water.
Yeah.
There's a first aid station, which is really amazing. People don't know that either. And instead of bleeding everywhere, like go to the first aid station. Like, I just know your resources.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to wish you guys good luck tonight for your masquerade. And I'm sure I'll see you guys around some other convention somewhere because I'll be back to the East Coast again.
Absolutely. We'll find you.
Okay, great. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Wendy.